Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial. Now grab your hooks and yarn and let's begin. For this stitch you need to chain multiple of 14 plus 4 additional chains at the end. For my example here I'm going to chain 42, which is the multiple of 14, and then 4 additional chains, which makes total of 46 chains. And here are my chains. Now let's start row 1. We're going to be working with double treble crochets and puff stitches. I'm going to show you how to make them. So for our first double treble crochet, yarn over 3 times on the hook, and then we have to find the 7th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Go into the stitch, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and one more time, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. And this is your double treble crochet. From here we need to make 2 more the same way. Yarn over 3 times, then go into the next chain, take the yarn, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and one more time. And now make the next double treble crochet. This is how it's looking. From here chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 2 chains here, into the 3rd, yarn over, and here we're going to make our first puff stitch. So yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, make it a little longer, yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, and you need to repeat this step 6 times. We have 2, now we have 4 more times to go. So 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5 and 6. When you're ready, yarn over, pull through all loops except the last one right here. Now you have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops. And the puff stitch is ready. After the puff stitch, chain 2. Now the next stitch will be double treble crochet, so we're going to yarn over 3 times. From the puff, count 8 chains. We need to skip these 8 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and into the next, the 9th, we are going to work there. So we have yarn over 3 times, go into the chain, take the yarn and pull up a loop, and from here just make the double treble crochet like I showed you. Okay, like this. Then you need to make 2 more. This is how it's looking. After these treble crochets, chain 3, and now we're going to work here into these skipped chains. Yarn over 3 times, because we're going to make another double treble crochets. Go back and here from the puff count 2 chains, 1, 2, skip these 2 chains, and into the third we're going to make 1 double treble crochet. Here's 1, this is how it's looking. Now we need to make 2 more into the next chains. Here's the next chain, here's the next chain, and 1 more into the next chain. And when you turn it, this is how it's looking. So we have the first 3, and then the second group of 3 is coming in front of the other ones, like an X. So here after the puff you have 2 empty stitches, before the puff also 2 empty stitches, and between these 2 groups you have 3 empty stitches. And from here the steps start to repeat. So we have 2 chains, then skip the next 2 chains here, and into the third we're going to make the next puff, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more time, 6. Yarn over, pull through all loops except the last one, then yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops, and chain 2. Now we're going to make the next 2 groups of 3 treble crochets. So yarn over 3 times. First we need to skip 8 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the 9th we're going to start with the double treble crochets. Here's the first one, and we need 2 more. Here's the second, and the third. From here chain 3, yarn over 3 times. From the puff we count 1, 2 into the third chain. We're going to make the first double treble crochet from the new group. 1, yarn over again 3 times, into the next chain. We're going to make the next. And 1 more here into the next chain. And this is how it's looking so far. From here chain 2, make the next puff, chain 2, and then go back to making these crossed groups of three double treble crochets. And when you reach the end of the row, after the last puff, chain 2 as usual, skip the next 2 chains, yarn over 3 times, skip the next 2 chains, and then into the remaining 4 chains, 1 2 3 4, make 4 double treble crochets. And continue with the next 3. This is how it's looking so far. I have finished the last 3 double treble crochets, and this is the first row. It's not looking very good right now, but it will get better when you make more rows and you can see that the pattern is starting to take shape. Now let's start row 2. Chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and third we're going to start with double treble crochets. We're going to work around these 3 stitches here, right after the puff. So we're going to make them front post double treble crochets. So yarn over 3 times, and we're going to start with the first stitch, go behind it like this, take the yarn, pull up a loop, and make the double treble crochet like I showed you in the previous row. Here is the first stitch, yarn over 3 times, go behind the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then make the double treble crochet, and one more around the next stitch. And this is what we did just now. From here, chain 3. Now we're going to work around these 3 stitches at the very beginning of the row. Again, double treble crochets, again around the post. We're not going to work into this, the first one. We're going to start from the second stitch, go around it, take the yarn, pull up a loop, and make the double treble crochet. Yarn over 3 times again, go behind the next stitch, take the yarn, pull up a loop, make the double treble crochet, and one more time, yarn over 3 times, go around the next stitch, and make the last double treble crochet. So, and this is how it's looking so far. So these 3 stitches went before this 2 there in the back, and before between them we have chain 3. From here, chain 2, and now we're going to make a puff stitch into this chain space here between these groups of double treble crochets, the same way as the ones from row 1. Yarn over, go into the chain space, pull up a loop, repeat 6 times. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Yarn over, pull through all loops except the last one, then yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops, and there you have it, the puff stitch. Then chain 2. From here we continue with double treble crochets, So we're going to yarn over 3 times. We're going to work into this group of stitches here, right after this puff. Again, we'll make a front post double treble crochet, so go behind the first stitch and make the double treble crochet, yarn over 3 times, go behind the next stitch and make the next double treble crochet, and one more time go behind the last stitch and make the last double treble crochet of this group. From here chain 3 and go back and make 3 front post double treble crochets around these stitches here, which are left free right before this puff. And after you're done with this, chain 2 and make the next puff stitch into this chain space right here. So I'm at the end of the row. Let me show you what I've done so far. So we have here the last puff I made for this row. After that, chain 2, then 3 front post double treble crochets here around the 3 double treble crochets at the end of the row, then chain 3, and then I went back to make 3 front post double treble crochets around these stitches right here. And to finish the row after that, so every stitch is worked into, we have only this chain here free, yarn over 3 times, and then into this last or first free chain, go in there and make one double treble crochet. And with that the row is completed. Now let's start row 3. Chain 5 and turn. On this row we're going to work with back post double treble crochets. Yarn over 3 times again. We're going to start with 3 back post double treble crochets around the first group of stitches right here. So turn around the work and just go behind the first stitch. Make the double treble crochet, yarn over 3 times, then just go behind the next stitch, behind and around, pull up the next, pull up the yarn and make the next stitch, yarn over 3 times, and we have one more here. Go behind it in the front and pull up the loop. And this is how it's looking. From here, chain 2. Into this chain space here between these 2 groups, we're going to make the puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yarn over, pull through all loops except the last one, then yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops and chain 2. From here we are skipping these stitches for now and we're going to work into this group after the puff stitch. Again we're going to work with back post double treble crochets go behind the first stitch, take the yarn, pull up a loop, make the double treble crochet, yarn over 3 times, go behind the next stitch, pull up a loop, make the stitch, and one more time around the last stitch of the group. Chain 3, and now we're going back here to make the next back post double treble crochets. We're not going to work like this from here, we're going to work behind these stitches. Just go behind, take the yarn from here, whoop a loop, and then work the double treble crochet as usual. Yarn over 3 times, again go behind the whole project. Here are our stitches. We work into this one, now we're going to work into this one. Go behind it, pull up a loop, and make the double treble crochet, and one more time around the next stitch. And this is how it's looking when you turn it. So basically these stitches needs to be in front of the ones we just make. And from here chain 2 and make the next puff into this chain space between the next groups of double treble crochets. After the puff, chain 2 and move on to the next group after the next puff here. Make 3 double treble crochets, chain 3, then go back to these stitches here from behind to make the next group of stitches, just like I showed you here. The only more difficult thing is to make this part right here we just make, because it's you have to twist a little bit the project, but yeah, that's all. And just to show you again this part with this group of double treble crochets, because it's a little more difficult. Yarn over 3 times, then go back, turn the whole work, and here they are, these 3 stitches right here. Go behind the first one, make the double treble crochet, yarn over 3 times, here's the next stitch, yarn over 3 times, and here is the last stitch. And this is the end result. And when you reach the end of the row and after the last puff stitch, you have chain 2 after that, and the only 3 stitches left should be these ones here at the end. We're going to make 3 back post double treble crochets in there. 1, 2, and 1 more, 3. and then one double treble crochet into the chain stitch right here. And with that the row is completed. Yes, from this side it doesn't look very well. This is the back side of the project. When it's ready, you will be looking it from this side. It looks much better like this. So, but you need to build up this stitch so you can see its beauty on small project or swatches like this. Yeah, it doesn't look very well, but on bigger projects, on baby blankets, on maybe some scarves or sweaters, I think it will be it will look very, very nice. So from here you have to repeat rows 2 and rows 3, row 2, row 3, until you reach the desired length of your project. And thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!